staff and students. Today is Monday, February 8th, 2021. I'm Alex Edgar, and welcome to BMS News.
Good afternoon, Berkshire students, staff, and families. Mr. Clinkscale here with your Berkshire News Break for Monday, February 8th. All right, Berkshire, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Maybe you even had a chance to watch the Super Bowl yesterday. Always great commercials and a pretty good Super Bowl halftime show. And obviously the game was maybe not the best game, but again, Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl championships, and out of 10, that's not bad. So I'd have to take my hat off and congratulate Tom Brady and the rest of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So now that we're back at Berkshire this week, I just want to make sure that students are continuing to mind social distancing rules. Remember, students, as we prepare for our full in-person return of students that want to on March 15th, we have to still make sure that we are adhering to all of our social distancing requirements. In addition, I want to make sure that students remember that our water has not yet been cleared for drinking. So please don't use any of our drinking fountains or our filling stations quite yet. Make sure you bring in that bottle of water from home, but if you don't have water, we can help you out here in the office, and we do have bottled water here as well as in the cafeteria. So just making sure, again, students, that we are prioritizing our safety so that we can continue to have in-person learning and making sure that we have all of our students have this chance. Also, speaking of our full return for in-person on March 15th, we will be talking about that as we continue to make some of the logistic plans that need to be put in place to make this possible. So stay tuned. We are working with the district to come up with all of the necessary plans in place, and we will be updating our students, our staff, and obviously our families as well. So at this time, I'm going to kick it back to our student broadcasters, and they will be giving us some more updates and signing us off. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Hernandez. I'm going to talk to you about Mona Davis. When she was 12 years old, in 2014, Mona Davis let the world know that Little League wasn't used for little boys. She was the first African American girl to play in the Little League World Series, and was the first girl to earn a win and a pitch, a shutout in all of Little League World Series history. Mona was also one of the only 2 girls to play in 2014 Little League World Series. After her impressive performance, Mona broke another period by becoming the first Little League player to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. Her wins on the field have also helped change the perception of young women in sports.
The end of slavery brought the promise of freedom and equality, but the rollback of Reconstruction led to a systematic erosion of the rights of African Americans throughout the South. Yet as racists spread Jim Crow's poison, waves of black migrants decided to leave the South in search of equal rights, personal safety, and economic opportunity. The Homestead Act, which President Abraham Lincoln had signed into law in 1862, granted settlers, including free black people, the ability to claim 160 acres of government land. As Reconstruction eroded, thousands of African Americans, dubbed exodusters, moved westward, particularly to Kansas, hoping to claim land. This first migration of black people out of the Deep South was called the Great Exodus of 1879.
Most black Southerners, as Christians, felt that they were being delivered into a promised land.
The end of the 19th century saw Jim Crow laws codify racial segregation, racist aggression against black people intensify, and lynchings increase throughout the South. Starting in the 1890s, some Southern African Americans began moving north. Migration dramatically increased during World War I as immigration from Europe declined and factories in the North started recruiting black workers.
Thousands of African Americans left their southern homes to move to places like Chicago, Detroit, Harlem, Los Angeles. This was known as the Great Migration. This would transform the places where they moved.
As employment opportunities increased, so too did demand for housing. Segregated neighborhoods ratcheted up the competition for space between black and white residents. The result was black urban population hubs, influential political and cultural concentrations in cities such as Chicago and Detroit, Washington and New York. The Harlem Renaissance was the most famous black cultural movement resulting from the Great Migration. World War II spurred even more migration as black civilians left the South for industrial jobs created by the demands of war, filling vacancies created by men being drafted.
The second Great Migration was more sustained. This generation moved into cities that already had black communities that had been established by the first Great Migration. They would transform America's popular culture. Politics to sports were influenced by that second Great Migration, including something like the birth of Motown, which is the direct result of the second Great Migration.
The North's victory during the Civil War, unfortunately, didn't lead to full civic or social equality for African Americans in the South. But gaining American citizenship provided the formerly enslaved people with the freedom to move, and they exercised that freedom to move in search of a better life.
Attention Equestrian Club members. Equestrian Club meet Wednesday from 11:05 to 11:35 on Ms. Rodriguez's Zoom. If you have any questions, contact Ms. Rodriguez. Bye!
Hi everybody, welcome back to Jokes with Alex. Alright, happy Monday, and here's your joke for today. Why can't the elephant use the computer? Take a sip from the water bottle. You have your answer? Because he's afraid of the mouse. That was it for Jokes with Alex. Bye.
Students, show your school spirit. Participate in this week's Thrilling Thursday. Bye!
That's it for Monday's BMS News. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow. Same time, different face. Have a great afternoon. Bye.